I want to share my story. My uncle's son went into the IITs a few years back, and I thought, yeah, engineering will be a good idea. Let's do it. And I went into the coaching, and it's very difficult to balance your school and your coaching institute. It used to be a very tough and very rigorous preparation, and I always enjoyed maths, and I scored some rank. I scored some 15,000 beyond, and of course, while everyone was going to some college, because I loved maths, I thought I can score well, and I left my options which I was getting at that time, and I wanted to stay at home and prepare for another year. I used to get calls from my friends telling about the fun that they're having, because especially first year of engineering is so fun. So I studied very hard, and I managed to get 9302 rank in IIT JEE. So I got into the wait list. I still did not get into any IIT, and I was little taken aback, especially because I took a drop. It's fine, and I went to Punjab Engineering College, which is a very good college, and I loved the 4 years of my engineering. I'm from Jaipur, Rajasthan, and I went to Punjab, so especially Chandigarh. So I was very excited. Actually, I prepared 3 years, so I should have fun. So I had too much fun, and I turned out to be a bad engineer, I guess. And especially in the final year, I think while everyone was preparing for higher studies, I also thought that instead of getting a job, I should also go for higher studies. And I called uncle's son, like, what is he up to now? So he prepared and he went for MTech. I don't want to do MTech. I'm already a bad engineer, but I was interested in marketing, branding. So MBA kind of suited me. I felt confident about it. I was always very good at maths, so I was enjoying quant. All the teachers, they were so interesting and so passionate about their subject that I was enjoying the whole process. But then the training semester came, and I was lucky that I got into Honda in Haryana, but I had to leave my coaching for that. And once you leave your coaching, you become a little doubtful, little fearful that I've kind of, I've missed so many topics. What am I going to do? But then luckily in the campus, I got to be the first batch of engineers with Indian Oil, and I was happy that at least I got a job. And I started working. So while working, while all the girls were given good office jobs, we boys were thrown out to these construction sites where they were laying the gas pipeline, huge pipelines, and my job as electrical engineer was to take care of the cathodic protection. So it was easy, it was manageable, but I was never interested, and I was just getting tanned in the sun, and I was not enjoying my days. So I again thought of calling uncle's son, but you know what? I always was so interested in branding, marketing. This time I was very sure that I have to do MBA, and I started preparing. And I guess once you know your why, it becomes a little easier to keep at it. And whatever concepts I already knew, I had some confidence that I'm not starting from zero, because I've done some preparation in my engineering final years. But again, it's never easy. And the first mock I gave, I remember it was Sunday. Every office was closed, but you can enter with the biometrics. So I started giving the mock, and I scored, I think, 60 percentile or something, because I was not at all good in the verbal and the DI section, LR section, because I was not preparing. I was just giving it for the heck of it, that, let's try. So every Sunday I used to go to the office, give one mock, and throughout the week analyzing the mock. Where am I lacking? What should I study? What should I, how do I proceed? Because I have to do MBA this time. And things, if you trust the process, things happen. I touched 80 percentile, I think, in 3-4 weeks only, and then I didn't stop. I kept on preparing, and I think if you really analyze, at the end of the day, it is manageable. You have to be interested. But after getting 80 percentile, I was not able to increase it further, probably because I had to be at the site, construction site, and because job, you need some money to enjoy life, right? So I was just reading, and I was, also taking care of my job because it was manageable. So, but I could not really justify my preparation. I was not able to study because every time there would be some problem at the site and you have to go. So you cannot be in two boats at one time. And I left my job. I decided to resign, and luckily my parents were supportive. My girlfriend, then wife now, was supportive. I was like, let's do it. So I quit my job. This time I was not going to stop. So now I was very I started giving more than one. I started giving 2 mocks and then 3 mocks in a week, and I touched 95 for the first time. So from 80 to 95 percentile by just giving mocks every other day. And then I don't know, I was not going to stop, right? So I just kept on working on my verbal ability, and at a point I realized that it's manageable. You get into the head of the author, and you get into the mindset of the exam setter, and once you increase your attempt, if your accuracy is good, your chances of getting into the top percentile increases. Just before the exam, I scored a 99 percentile, and I was like, done. Now I'm not going to give any mock, and you know what? I'm going to get exactly 100 percentile in CAT 2016. It started from verbal section. I think I killed it that day. I attempted almost 90% of the verbal section, and back then it used to be 3 hours. So 1 hour went great, and then I went to the DEI section, and I don't know, in that year they deliberately made it so damn difficult that after half an hour I realized that I've only attempted 2 sets, and out of them I have only attempted 4 questions, 2 questions in that set. So I had to pee, and I quickly went and came back and re-attempted those other 2 sets, and I was not at all able to really understand. And I came back because I did good clean paperwork. I was able to use that another half an hour very judiciously, but I was able to hit 3 more questions. There were some milliseconds I remember when the section was switching to quant, and I was sweating, I was panicking. I think I took the right decision to calm myself because quant is my favorite, and I ate it. I slayed in quant. I think I attempted 95% questions, and I was happy, but I was crying my way back in the cab because I really did a blunder in DILR, I thought. For the next few months, once the exam is done, it's done. So you have to focus on your interviews, GDs, case studies, all sort of things, which colleges to apply, what are the deadlines, everything. So you stay busy and you stop then thinking about it, and soon the CAT exam date, when the scores were going to be announced, came. I was getting my bike fixed and my hands were having castor oil all over, and I was just lost, and I wanted her to see first because I was too scared, and I got a 98.3 percentile, and I was so happy. It was 92, 94, 99 point something, so that really increased the overall percentile to 98.3, and I was very happy, and I pushed in my interviews. I got into MICA, I got into IIM Udaipur and IIM Rohtak. So I was sure that I would prefer an IIM, although MICA is great, especially if you're interested in marketing and branding, but I wanted to go for the tag, for the brand name. And between Udaipur and Rohtak, it became a very big dilemma because I'm from Jaipur. My parents wanted me to join IIM Udaipur, but I wanted to stay close to Chandigarh. I chose IIM Rohtak, and it turned out to be a very good decision. I think I was super excited, and I went to the first day. And I don't want to give spoilers, but there's this program called Aaramb where every day for next 10 days your seniors make you go through at least 5-6 tasks. It's like roadies, and you get grouped with random people from the batch, and you have to either present some PPT, or you have to give a pitch or you have to work in an Excel. I think they're trying to judge your current level of understanding, or they're preparing you for corporate hardships. But it became much more manageable. I think you learn and you understand that this is the way IIMs work, with case studies, with a lot of research. But second year becomes a little easier. So in MBA, you have to do a 2 months internship, and I went to Gurgaon for the first time. And because it's a paid internship, it's like suddenly you get this feeling of a job, although the money is not that good for most of, even from IIM, internship is an internship, but there's a chance of getting a PPO. So my priority during placements was to get back to Chandigarh and to marry my girlfriend then. And what is one thing that is in every city? It's banks. So when SDFC came, I went in. I had a good interview and I got selected as a relationship manager. And for a few months, I gave a good party to all of my friends and I was very excited. But the excitement started fading away a little bit because I realized that it's not something that I want to go for. And I have been involved with my juniors who were preparing for CAT exam at that time, and they used to come up with most of the time for interview guidance and all of that, and I used to really enjoy that. So I saw a post on LinkedIn where this new guy was opening a center, a franchisee across North, and he wanted to have someone who can help him in marketing and business development. And I took a leap of faith. He matched my salary and I joined in. And after you've done an MBA from a big institute, people expect you to not just be an individual contributor, but to look at the entire engine. And I learned a lot about different channels of marketing, how a new site is developed when you open a center, and what kind of marketing collaterals have to go out, how do you tie up with different institutes. So it was very interesting, but I was surrounded by aspirants everywhere, and they used to come up with, again, a lot many times for interview guidance, but they also used to come up with their doubts. And suddenly I realized that damn, I love solving these doubts, and I still, because I prepared, I fell in love with the entire syllabus. I used to enjoy putting my brain into that. I thought that I have found my passion, and I started taking weekend classes, and I was getting married, so everything was going great. And just then the pandemic came, and my employer could not afford my salary. The whole expansion project had to come to a halt because no one is going out. And I was about to get married in April 2020, and the pandemic hit, and I was alone in my house thinking, what has happened? So I started looking for more opportunities, and I stumbled upon this very good company, and I joined them as a brand manager, and life was good again. I was still surrounded by aspirants whom I could connect during the weekends, help them in their journey, and I was also learning new skills like influencer marketing, like social media skills, and I was for the first time heading a small team of content writers. I learned early in my career that you should always be looking for new opportunities even when you're employed. So I opened LinkedIn, started searching for more opportunities, and I stumbled upon this very good company which was just launching their new digital products, and I joined them as a product manager. I was reporting to the head of marketing, and every new feature that was being launched of the app, I was involved in how the website will look like, how the application will look like, what kind of features will be rolled, how will you amplify the message, make noise around the market. I was connected with the academic team, with the video team, with the content creators, with the content writers, and overall, for the first time, I was heading a team of 15, and I was enjoying it. I was learning every day. But after exactly 1 year, the category closed because the business was not making sense. The customer acquisition cost was too high, and the parent company decided to shut the product. And this was the third time that after exactly 1 year, something is happening, and I have to again look for jobs. I always fancied Bangalore, and I took a leap of faith and started searching for jobs, and I stumbled upon this amazing job of management consultant, which was like a dream back in the IIM days, we were told. And I took the plunge, moved my car, moved my stuff to this new city, and I was so excited. I worked with 4 different projects, but I realized that consulting requires you to work a lot of weekends. Like, you have to be prepared. It's a very intelligent work, and at the same time you are like a detective who is solving this case, and every time it's on your mind. You have to be accountable in every client meeting and come up with something new. And at least personally, I was not feeling happy, and after a year time I decided that I want to go for something in the education space, because that's what I enjoy the most. Again, it was time to search. After a few months of unemployment, I stumbled upon on this very, very good brand, and I was working as a program manager here. I was reporting to the CEO, and I was working with a co-founder. So it was very interesting. At the same time, it was very demanding. The business was doing good, but I was not. I was still feeling that there's something which is not keeping me happy, and the answer was not in a new job. Sometimes you have to introspect, and I happened to join all the dots. I was happy when I was solving the doubts of my juniors in their interview preparation. I was very happy when I was doing interviews with college professors, alumni, to understand their strategy, talk about my own strategy, and I was bloody good at it. So it's 2:30 in the night, and I haven't even changed my office clothes. I've been just sitting here for last 2-3 hours thinking, and I bought the domain IIMwalaBanda.com, and I'm gonna start my own online MBA entrance exam coaching. I hope from this video, one thing that you take is life is complicated. No good institute guarantees happiness. Do what excites you. I wanted to announce that IIMwalaBanda.com is live and kicking. It's been a journey so far, and I'm enjoying every day. It's a mix of sometimes good days, sometimes bad days, but I'm enjoying the journey. So please check out the website, and if you are preparing for the MBA entrance exams like CAT, XAT, SNAP, and you're serious about it, approach me. And if you know someone, you can share. Happy learning and happy preparing.